Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. And today we gonna test TETSUYA. Ta-da! Yeah, we got TETSUYA from the mail, and as usual, we gonna try him out, see his skill. I haven't even read the patch notes. Yeah, so it's okay. We're gonna go straight into the live testing. Let's see what he can do. Actually, in terms of design, like Tetsuya is really cool. Look at that. It's a shark. Nice. Okay, starting off. Captain ability. Increase ally attack by 30%. So generally use attack. And then going into his first skill, attacks one enemy 2 times, damage per hit 60% attack. Can go up until 95%. This is a huge damage. This means that per hit is gonna deal 95%. So in total, it's gonna deal 190% attack, which is huge as a basic ability. Now, if you give him Avatara or Relief Set, you can keep dealing damage using this skill. And then this one, I got a chance to sneak peek on the patch notes a little bit, but I don't know what it means on this one. That you always prioritize attacking the enemy in the corresponding position. I mean, is it gonna be in the same position as him? Like if you put him in the position 2, you're gonna attack position 2. If you put him position 3, you're gonna attack position 3. I think that's what it means. So Tetsuya gains 30% AP when the enemy is in the corresponding position takes action, and he gains 10% AP when the enemy boss is attacked. Triggers once per turn, gain Umbras at the start of combat for 2 turns. So this is this is interesting, you know. Like nowadays, Dislyte is making use of their positioning, you know, like the meta era, then the Sea Pride, and who else? Who else make use of positioning? The Pindar, yeah, Pindar. So they make use of this positioning very well. So you gotta have you now need to get concerned about the position of the Esper when you go into the fight. So we gotta try testing this out, like whether my assumption is true or not, and it's gonna be great. Like theoretically, if you can put him in front of someone like Unas that can move really fast, then that means that the more Unas moves, the more he moves, you know. And depending on what it means by taking action, if counter attack or you know pursuit attack counts as taking action, then if he is in front of someone like Momo, then he gonna move insanely fast. Let me just put the music a little bit down. There we go. Yeah. so yeah, that is something that we need to test. Okay, I don't know if how I think we need to try this. I don't know. Like I don't know how to try testing the Momo thing, because even if I put him in the Chaos Miracle, the one in the same position as him gonna be himself. So I'm gonna try putting Avatara on him. See if it actually gives him AP. Now, yeah. So looking at his skill, like he and also on the third skill, like he is supposedly being used to fight against a boss, you know. But the Umbras here is a golden buff, immune to petrification and freeze, while stealth is active, takes 80% less damage from AoE abilities. This is quite okay. I mean, if we can have the Umbras permanently on him, that means that he has 80% damage reduction permanently, especially if the enemy use a lot of AoE. So if the enemy is someone like Uyo, like this can definitely reduce her damage by insane amount. Like 80% damage taken reduction is no joke. Like that is huge. Like even though he is a fighter, like he's a fighter, like yeah, he's a fighter. Like he can feel like a defender sometimes because of the umbrage here. And he also immune to petrification and freeze. This is good because most of the time, a lot of the newer Esper that we have, they are only immune to stun and petrification or sleep, but they are not immune to freeze. Hence why the freezing Esper are gaining advantage right now. Hence why the Maria and then Yukine combo became really good. But he comes in to tackle that problem. Like he is one of the, I think the only one by now that is immune to freeze. So he can fight against Chehe, and then he can also fight against the Yukine and Maria combo. So this is a response to the previous patch on Maria. I think Maria, I don't know what happens right now. Like Maria doesn't seem that OP compared to when Chehe first came out. So, but she's still something, you know. So they release him to, if in any case you have trouble against Maria, then you can try using him. You know, immune to petrification. So going to the third skill, attacks one enemy, damage 200%. Hey, there is no ability, right? Yeah, this one cannot be upgraded. The ability one. Attacks one enemy, damage 200%. Attack. And if the enemy is a boss, the damage increased by 50%. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, he is supposed to be able to, you know, being used in PvE stages. But we don't know how much damage he can deal. Like, you know, it's nice. Like, the damage number is not bad. Look at this. It can go up until 350% when attacking one enemy, which is great. But compared to the one we currently have, like someone like Sloan, someone like who else that deals secret type, like Lapis, you know, it feels like this is not gonna be enough to replace them. I don't know, like depending on how many times you can spam this skill, then the damage increase. Because if you only cast this once every 3 turns, because you can reduce the cooldown by 1 turn, that means that most of the time he gonna use his first ability, you know. And what's his ascension? Oh, it's attack dispels 1 buff from the target, which is great. Now going here, it increases the damage by 50%. If the enemy is not buff, ignore 70% of the defense. Yeah, this is what makes TETSUYA really great. Like, I remember I saw that here. Yeah. On Resonance 2, he is able to ignore 100% of the enemy's defense. That means that you deal like true damage, but your true damage can deal critical damage, which is a better version of true damage. Yeah. So this is what makes him insanely strong. But the thing is that I don't know, like in the PvE boss, like their defense is not that good either, you know. Like even if you ignore their defense, you don't really deal any, like your damage definitely increase, but it's not something that you must have, you know. So just like a what's the name? What's her name? The lion woman, Elif, yeah. just like Elif, like once you have Elif at Resonance 2, she ignores some of the enemy's defense, you know. So that deals quite significant damage. But like I said, this one, if you can only use this once every 3 turns, then yeah, it will deal huge damage when he uses this. But after that, then he will focus on using the first ability. So you need, if you do want to make him great, then you need to pair him up with someone like Yujing, you know, Lushang Yujing. Yujing gonna keep resetting the 3rd skill, and he is able to spam this skill more often. So that's where his damage can go higher. But whether he gonna deal higher than Sloan, I don't know. I think Sloan, we've already calculated Sloan. I think he can She can go up until 700%, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, her total damage can go up until 700%. So this is still nothing compared to slow one. The only advantage is that it ignores defense. That's all. More above the target has, the less defense can be ignored. Yeah, exactly just like Biondina. So far, even though Biondino can ignore defense, like there is not much application for Biondino. We don't really bring her anywhere, even though she can kill Wuyo theoretically. Not many players use her, you know, because some other Esper has better utility than Biondina. So I'm thinking like this one is also kind of like that, you know, the utility is not there. So this is just gonna be like Biondina again. But depending on the damage increase here, this is a final damage increase by 50%, which is huge, supposedly. So I think if you bring Lu Shang, you bring Swanpin, you bring Chehe, you can increase your damage. Like if you can make sure that Tetsuya can hit 1 million damage per hit, then this 50% damage increase gonna increase the damage by another 500,000 damage. So this is huge, okay? This is huge. if you can manage to go that high, yeah, on his damage. So yeah, it all depends on his final damage on PvE. But I think he can. I think he can do that. Yeah. So he can probably be great in PvE. Should be. I think in theory it should be. Because if the developer put this kind of sentence, like there should be a purpose for this sentence, you know, like he should be dealing insane amount of damage to a boss. So that is that. But the rest, like what I'm not seeing from this Tetsuya is that is the utility, you know. Looking at all his skills, like it's all just damage. He doesn't help any of his allies. Like there is no other utility that he can bring for his allies. It's all for himself. So it's a selfish Esper. So that's why I'm not really keen into you know, going with the selfish Esper. But he will deal insane amount of damage. That's all he can do. When Umbras is active, killing an enemy extends Umbras by 2 turns. So if you can kill your enemy, then yes, this is gonna happen. But in a boss fight, you cannot kill anyone, so you cannot extend the Umbras. But if you are if the target is a boss, always regains Umbras for 2 turns. So against a boss, Umbras is always gonna be active. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. If Umbras is not active, gains Umbras for 2 turns after taking action. So so he will only have like 1 turn downtime. Like this has a cooldown of 3 turns if you give Abilimon on him, and then Umbras lasts for 2 turns. And when you use the 3rd skill again, all these things will get calculated. You know, when you are able to cast the 3rd skill while you still have Umbras, meaning that you reset the cooldown of your 3rd skill, then you will extend the turn, the duration. If you don't reset the skill, and then after that, ooh, thanks for the subscribe. Hi. Wait, why is the icon over there? Yeah, I really need to fix my stream, my stream setting. But yeah, thanks for the subscribe. So, continuing on. If you cast your 3rd skill, then all these things will get calculated. So the first option here, you need to reset the cooldown of the 3rd skill. And the second one, if Umbras is not active, gains Umbras for 2 turns after taking action. So if you don't reset the skill, that means that after 3 turns, he will cast his 3rd skill again. At that point, you should not have Umbras because it only lasts for 2 turns. You should already use the duration up, and you are having a downtime of 1 turn without Umbras at all. And then you will regain Umbras again. If the target isn't killed, remove Umbras after taking action. This is the best, the worst part, you know. So if you cast your third skill. I don't know if this happens later or before. I think this happens right after this thing, you know? Yeah, it will be bad. Like if Umbras is not active, gains Umbras for 2 turns after taking action, and then you hit that, deal damage to your enemy, and then the enemy doesn't die, and then they take Umbras away from you. Yeah, I don't know. This is why we need to test this TETSUYA. You know how the Umbras actually work. If the target was always against Umbras, yeah, if the target is killed. So the thing is that it doesn't mention here that Umbras actually gives you stealth. You know. So I assume that Umbras itself is a stealth, you know, because usually if it is a stealth, there should be a mention that you cannot be targeted by the enemy. So I don't know what happens here. Like it says while stealth is active, but there is no mentioning in here that any of his skill is a stealth, you know. So is Umbras is a different kind of stealth? Like does it count as stealth, but you can still be targeted by the enemy? Is it like that? Because usually if it is a stealth, there should be a mention there that you cannot be targeted by enemy. Let me see. Yeah, I need to download everything again because I reinstalled my BlueStack. So all of my game data is gone. So let me see. Yeah, this one cannot be targeted directly. Will take AoE damage. Yeah, stealth have this description. I think Elaine also should have a stealth description in a Night Goddess. Let me see. And it's raining really heavily in my place right now. So it's been very cold in here. I'm also having a flu. But it's okay. Let's just enjoy this, and we'll check out TETSUYA out. Let's see. Gain stealth. Look at this. See. Like even the Night Goddess says it gains stealth. And so one debuff from each other. Blah 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 blah. You see, like if it is a stealth skill, even if it is a golden buff, it should be mentioning it gains stealth. So I don't know what is happening with TETSUYA. Like there is no mentioning of stealth in here. But it says while stealth is active, takes blah 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 blah. So yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, we forgot to take a look at this. This is his attributes at level 70. 18,000 HP and 2,000 attack. Let me go into a bruiser. Let's go with C. Okay, Sig have higher HP but lower attack. So he is more of a bruiser. Let's compare with Lapis. Lapis is a DPS. So if it is of a similar stats, that means that TETSUYA is more of a main DPS rather than a bruiser. Wait, she doesn't even have that much attack. Okay, let's go with the highest attack we have, a Mingsuo. Let's see. Yeah, it's more similar to Mingsuo, but TETSUYA have more HP. Yeah, TETSUYA have more HP while having slower speed. No, it's not that low. It's only 3 speeds lower. Yeah. So TETSUYA have a nice stats actually. Yep. The defense is 1,300 compared to Mingsuo. Yeah, that means that TETSUYA have a really good stats. Like in total, he has more stats than other Esper. So this is a good stats. So let's continue with the Ascension. It increased HP and attack, which is great. You know, I always mention that as a DPS, these are the stats that you want, attack and HP. And then this one dispels one buff from the target, increases HP and a critical damage and attack. Wow. So definitely, like, he should be dealing very high damage against a boss battle. Yeah, so that should be his purpose. Now going into his resonance, let's see the second resonance. Make him ignores 100% of the enemy's defense. So this is a really huge power spike, because if you ignore the enemy's 100% of the enemy's defense, if they are not buffed, that means that you can use him for PvP too against a defender enemy. He can just straight up kill them with, you know, basically a true damage that can deal critical damage. So on the Resonance 4, Umbras, when taking little damage, TETSUYA won't fall. Instead, he dispels all his debuffs, recovers 50% HP, and gains Umbras for 2 turns, triggers once per battle. So nice, because Umbras also makes you take 80% less damage from AoE abilities. Hopefully he cannot be targeted when he is in Umbrage. So that means that he has a chance to you know, survive until he can move again. Because usually this kind of ability, you cannot fall, and then you recover HP, but it doesn't stop the enemy from overkilling you. Like if they use multi-hits, then like for example, Elaine hits you for 5 hits, and then you die on the first hit, and then you recover HP. The rest of the other 4 hits that Elaine still gonna deal to you might kill you again, you know. So that's the current state of the TETSUYA. Like, I don't know if you gain Umbras and the multi-hit stops. I don't think it stops. So if the enemy uses multi-hit and deals overkill damage to you, then you should die a second time, I think. Yeah. So not as good as it should be. But I don't know. I cannot test this in PTR because it requires Resonance 4. So yeah, but it's supposedly not as high as a power spike on compared to the second Resonance. So the 6th Resonance, Umbras, killing an enemy resets all ability cooldowns. When Umbras is active, attacks ignore 25% of the target's damage mitigation. Even better, you know. You can go through meta Yunchuan, you can go through the Sakura damage mitigation, you can go through you know, Sally's damage mitigation. You can also go through a lot of damage mitigation, like ignores 25% of their damage mitigation, while you have Umbras. And killing an enemy resets all ability cooldowns, meaning that if you can kill enemy using this kablam, 1 die. The next time you turn, kablam, 1 die again. Next time you turn, kablam, 1 die again with the 3rd skill. Okay, just basically just keep spamming your 3rd skill. Yeah. So going into the rifle rune, look at this, a war machine as usual, and Avatara. Yeah, make use of that good basic ability. You can dispel the enemy every time you deal counter attack damage. Now, critical rate 100%, nice, critical damage 250%. So definitely you're gonna deal a critical damage on PvP to 26,000 damage with 5,400 attack. Let me compare to this one. 25,000 and wait. He has higher attack than... Oh my god, he has higher attack than Mingso. The only thing he's lacking is just the speed. But he has higher HP and higher attack than Mingso. So obviously he's gonna deal insane amount of damage because he ignores defense. Wow. Yeah. So he's very straightforward, just deal damage, kill enemy, and reset his ability cooldown. Straight up job, you know. So quite good, quite great. But his survivability is questionable. So I don't know. Like, as a DPS, your biggest problem is to stay alive until it's your turn to kill the enemy. So if you cannot stay alive before it is your turn, then it's useless, no matter how much damage you can deal to your enemy. That's a problem with Elif, you know, in PvP. If you cannot survive before it's your turn to attack the enemy, but usually Elif can do that. She just need to get buffed up by function. But for example, who like for example, like someone like Lapis, you know, or someone like Moroyama is a different case. I think some other DPS. I think. Let me see. Let me compare with some other DPS. Let me see. Yeah, Meta Lily, and then the who else is a DPS that need to survive? Nora? Yeah. But Nora deals counter-attack damage. Like Valeria, yeah, someone like Valeria, and someone like Intisar, you know, like if you cannot stay alive before it's your turn to deal damage, then it's useless no matter how much damage you can deal to your enemy. So yeah. But this is nice. It has a nice stance. Now going into the Divinate, we were using Furious Jaws to attack this spell. 3 buffs from the target, won't miss or be resisted. This is insane. So a guaranteed dispel, you know, and 3 buffs some more. So obviously, like this one, if the enemy is not buffed, ignore 70% of their defense. So this Divinate is a must for him. You definitely gonna get the defense ignore. If you have the Divinate, so make sure you grab his Divinate up until level 3 at the minimum, because this is very, very good. So let's go to the testing. I'm gonna go to the PTR testing and actually try him out. Let's go. Yeah, this one. Let's put him on like and subscribe. I don't think we need to check anything else. Let's just go to the preparation, go to the VR battleground, and then we're gonna use him. And as always, bring him together with Clara so that we can make sure that he actually moves. Where is my Clara? Where is my Clara? There she is. Okay, so let me try. We're gonna remove him from the captain so that his stats doesn't get increased. We're gonna see his actual damage. Wait, while waiting, I'm gonna go to the toilet. Be right back. I'm back. I have a little bit of headache right now. So, halo Bang, hi Serendipities, selamat datang di stream. So yeah, what happened just now? let me restart this. Let's go. Leave here. And let's retry. Because we forgot to increase this to a maximum level and also increase level. So, looking at their HP just now, I think Umbrage really is a stealth. It is a stealth, yeah, but it doesn't mention here. So, it is a special kind of stealth. Okay, so let's continue again. Kablan, Umbrage, stealth. Oh yeah, that it is. It mentioned their stealth. Okay. So Clara is the only one getting attacked. So let's see. Look at this. This is the passive. If always attacking the enemy in the corresponding position. So if he really attacks this guy, then that means that that's true. But I think the position is a little bit wrong. Like even if he doesn't prioritize this guy, like he's an Inferno and that's the only win element. So he definitely gonna attack that guy. Oh no, he actually attacked that guy. Oh. So what does he mean by corresponding position? Is this, oh, he gonna attack the person at the first position.
Everyone to your positions.
Yeah, I think that's it. He gonna prioritize attacking the enemy in the first position. Yup. So that is him. So let me just slow him down. See whether if this enemy take action and he actually get an AP. Kablam! That's such a nice damage. Look at that. He doesn't get AP. Okay, he's still there. And then the next enemy move. That's one. And then he's still there. Okay. And then this guy move. And he's still there. And then this guy move. And then that guy move. There we go, that's the AP. Yeah. So, what he mean by TETSUYA always prioritize attacking the enemy in the corresponding position. That means that he gonna attack from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that order. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So in that order, so he will always prioritize attacking the captain. You can make use of this, like that means that if you have an enemy, if you go into PvP, whether it's triple threat or knockout or beat bout, like if you have an enemy that is troublesome, especially the captain, like if the captain is a troublesome enemy, you can make use of TETSUYA to kill that enemy first, no matter what their element, no matter what they do, no matter what their HP. If the other enemy are of low health and the number 1 position enemy is full health, he will always prioritize attacking the first enemy. And TETSUYA gains 30% AP when the enemy is in the corresponding position takes action. Sometimes, most of the time, the captain enemy is the one that have the fastest speed, usually. Like people put Unas, people use Stolen, people use Chuyao. Exception is a defender team. The defender team put Wuyo, Chehe, etc. as a captain. But if it is a speed team, it means that most of the time it's Chuyao, and Chuyao is always the first one to move. So that means that he will have a lot of chance to increase his AP. And he gets 10% AP when the enemy boss is attacked. So does it triggers? Oh, it triggers only once per turn. Okay. But that means that if your ally attacks the boss, kablam, he gets 10 AP. And then another ally in a different turn attack the boss, again he gets 10 AP. Then the next ally move, kablam, he gets 10 AP. So that is actually great. He can move really fast. You don't need to give him speed then. He can just move with the help of his allies. Like if his allies is fast, then he will also be fast if you're attacking a boss. Now for this one, the first one, TETSUYA gets 30% AP. If the enemy is the one who is fast, then he will be fast following the enemy. That's interesting. You know, he doesn't need speed. This is nice. Yep. So very straightforward. He doesn't need anything else. You know, just straight up damage. But he doesn't get Umbras anymore. Yeah. Like, it's really hard for him to get Umbras back. Let me see. Just now. We forgot to test. Like if he doesn't kill his target, let me see. Kablam! Yeah, he lost his Umbras. Even though it still has 2 turns, he lost his Umbras. This one. If the target isn't killed, removes Umbras after taking action. Yeah, but we need to survive until we are able to use the third skill again. Okay, we need to survive. I want to use the third skill. Wait, what? Huh? Wait, I attacked that, right? I attacked that. Then I cast the third skill. Come back. It goes to there! I cannot change my target! Oh my god, that sucks! I cannot change my target. Oh wow. That means that you can never use TETSUYA in point war. You cannot change his target. I was using AI, the auto all this time. I thought he really prioritized that enemy. Now that I manually control him, I cannot attack other enemy. Like, look at that. I want to attack this guy. Hakablam! This guy is the one getting hit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is gonna be really bad. I mean, it has an advantage and disadvantage doing this. Like no matter what, he gonna try to kill the first enemy. But if the first enemy is Wuyo and Chehe, that means that he cannot fight against a defender team. That is interesting. Yeah. But against a speed team, that means that he needs to kill the enemy in order. So he is very easy to counter. Like if you find him in triple threat or in point or in basically in any PvP, if you find TETSUYA as their damage dealer, just put your most valuable ally on the position 5. And he needs to go all through of your allies until it reaches your most important allies. Like, for example, if you put Mavis on position 5, he will never be able to kill that Mavis because he need to kill all the rest. And I don't know if they have Graveless. Like, will he still hit a Graveless enemy? That means that he will never be able to kill Mavis. Hello, ignore defense. Hi Feniru, welcome to the stream. Hi Serdrak, welcome to the stream. Yeah, he ignores defense, yes, really. But look at this. I cannot target anyone else. Look at it. I want to hit this guy. Hakablam! He shot that guy. Look at it. I want to hit this guy. Hakablam! He hit that guy. I cannot target whatever I want. You know? Like, I think Dislyte do a really good job of portraying him as a mafia, you know, basically a bad boy, like not listening to anyone. He doesn't even listen to the player. He will attack prioritizing. TETSUYA always prioritize attacking the enemy in the corresponding position. I don't know if corresponding position, you know, if you fight against a Dark Star Lord, like I want to see him in the Dark Star Lord, because in other boss fight there is only one target, but against a Dark Star Lord you have the minion. Will he attack the minion instead of the boss? Hopefully the boss is the prioritized then. If not, it's gonna suck. If he fight against the Dark Star Lord, he gonna just keep attacking the minion. Look at that! I cannot choose my target. Okay. So third skill. Look at this. The third skill, yeah. When I click this, when Umbras is not active, gets Umbras for 2 turns after taking action. But if the target isn't killed, remove Umbras. So I cannot get Umbras anymore. Hakablam. Yeah, no Umbras. So, if I cannot kill my target, I will never get Umbras anymore except for the very first turn in a battle. But if it is a boss fight, if the target is a boss, always regains Umbras. So he really is a boss killer. Like it's hard to control this guy, you know. You cannot attack whatever you want. He will just always attack the enemy in order, like 1 first, 2, then 3, then 4, or wait. Oh, the corresponding position is the one in front of him. Let me put in a different position. Will he change the target? Let me see. Will he change on this guy? Let's see. Hakablev. Oh, he's still there. Because he's in position 2, he attacked the position 2. Not the first one, not the captain. Let me see. Let me swap with Clara. If he is on first position, will he attack this guy? Let me attack that guy. Yeah! He prioritized the one in front of him. What happens if the one in front of him die? Let me try. What happens if the one in front of him die? Who he gonna target next? Okay, Hakablam. Okay, and because that died, then he gains Umbras. Now, who he gonna target next? Let's see. Okay, let me attack this guy. Okay, Hakablam. Oh, it goes to the next one. So from position 1 goes to position 2. Okay, on the next in order. In bosses will only attack boss, I think. Now he just needs wrestle. Elemental disadvantage. No, it's not the elemental disadvantage. You know, he actually attacked only the guy that is right in front of him, in the same position as him. So if I put him in captain, he gonna attack the captain first. Only after this captain die, then he will change target. So if I put him here, he will attack this guy instead. So let me put veteran in here. Let's go. If I put him on the 3rd position, he gonna attack this guy. Okay, the tank with the flow element. Let's go. We'll see. And hi Milton, welcome to the stream. How's your Gundam? Like, have you finished watching? I remember you said that you just started watching Gundam, right? So has it been fun? I do recommend you, after you find a couple of Gundams, I do recommend you to watch the Wing Gundam series, the movie, and also the G Gundam. Oh, you gotta love that one very, very much. Like, do you like Dragon Ball? That's the only question that I need to ask. Like, if you like Dragon Ball, then yeah, go watch the G Gundam. But yeah, let's see. So I'm gonna attack this guy. Let's see who he actually attacked. Hakablam! See that guy, the one right in his position, the 3rd spot. So yeah, he will attack the one in front of him. So if you just put a defender, like if you fight against a TETSUYA, if you find him in triple threat, or if you find him in knockout or beatbout, it's very easy to counter TETSUYA. You know who he gonna attack. So just put a defender right in front of him. Like put a Chehe, put a Wuyo. No, not Chehe. Chehe will definitely die because he doesn't have any pursuit attack. So his attack is a direct damage. So Chehe will die. But if you put a Wuyo right in front of him, he ignores defense though. But wait, not that one. I think how to counter him? Yeah. At the very least, just put something that you cannot kill in front of him. Who he cannot kill? Who he cannot kill? Yeah. he can kill Wuyo if he is at resonance too, because he ignores 100% defense. Wuyo will die. Ooh, like HP. This one, yeah. Put Amir right in front of him. That's it. Put Amir in front of him, and he will have a really hard time in killing Amir because it has insane amount of HP. Or maybe put Maria in front, or Yukine, or just HP Esper basically, or Everett, or someone that has invincibility. Oh, put Moroyama in front of him. Yeah, put Moroyama in front of him. If you fight against Tetsuya, put Moroyama Resonance 4 in front of him, and he will just keep attacking Moroyama while Moroyama is immortal. Well, it's very easy to predict who he gonna attack, and you just put someone who cannot die in front of him. Put Jiang Julie in front of him. It is fun. Yeah. Put Jiang Julie in front of him. Put whoever cannot die. Just put that guy in front of him. Put Genie in front of him. Also can be good. No. Genie can die. Like he deals insane amount of damage. Straight up dead. Who else is good to be put in front of him? Or you can just bring Oli and then put something else in front of him, and Oli will protect that guy. That guy will not. Oh no. He has this spell. No. Don't use invincibility. Yeah. Don't use invincibility. He can dispel that invincibility. For the Jiang Julie also, Jiang Julie can get his standoff removed. Yeah, I think the only one who can survive him is Moroyama. Moroyama is his counter. Who else can survive getting hit by him? Someone that actually have that want to be attacked by the enemy. No one else actually. Yeah. So if you actually build him, he definitely gonna kill that target. Yeah, it is. I watched the new 2025 Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quack. Ooh, I stopped playing Dislyte. They added a new element. Yeah, they added this one. They added the Chaos element. This one. This is of a new element. But there is only one, and it performs similarly to Simmer. So it's not something special, but it is actually special. Like he is not affected by any other element. So are you playing Eteria Restart? No, not Eteria Restart. I'm not playing any other game. Like I don't have enough time to do anything at this point. Like I'm thinking of dropping Dislyte myself. Like I don't really have time to actually do my job nowadays. So yeah. Yeah, so this is probably gonna be my last Dislyte stream. Okay, so hope you guys can figure out Dislyte without me. So hopefully you I wish you good luck in Dislyte, and this is gonna be my last analysis with Tetsuya. So yeah, that is Tetsuya. We've seen his skill, and oh yeah, about the Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quack. I think you need have you played the main storyline in the Eternal from the Amuro, the Gundam story? Yeah, the Amuro story. So because if you start with G-Quack without knowing the Amuro and Shara Aznable story, then you will have some confusion. But if you have watched that in even with Eternal, then you will know who is Lala Sune and everything else, and what is happening with that. It is an alternate timeline, alternate timeline when Zeon is actually winning the war. What's gonna happen? Yeah, Mingsuo with his Thunderclad active can tank him, I think. Oh yeah, should be. Yeah, put Mingsuo in front of him because that's a golden buff, so he will not be able to dispel that. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Fanny. Nice. Yeah, I already quit Dislyte. Oh, okay. So PvP can would be so hard to balance. Yeah, the more Esper that they add, the harder it is to balance. Hence why I'm going towards the SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, because in that PvP it's very balanced. They really think about it. They use these tags that make sure that there is no way you can keep the same meta team for every single PvP battle. And they make the PvP battle a season thing, like it only happens once a month. So people are really looking forward to the PvP and actually really, try their hardest to win that. And the meta keeps changing because of the tag. So every player has a chance to shine, not like in here, like if a defender team is already the meta, then nothing can kill them. So it's really hard to balance this game. It's already going through a really difficult phase. So the SD Gundam G Generation Eternal is still, for now, have a really good future, and also they make it obvious that all the new units that comes out have a power creep. So all the old units will eventually gonna replace by the newer units. So not something like this. Wuyo and Chehe has been like, dominating the PvP battle for so long because nothing can replace them, because there is no power creep in this game. So that's why, like, the system is go back to the gameplay and the system. Athletic restart much better. I did play the main storyline. I know the Rangers. I sorted out the story. Yeah, with Lala. Yeah, I figured it was an alternate timeline. Yeah, nice. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Jikwak is a short story and it's really good. So yeah, continue with that. But I do recommend you to watch Wing Gundam and then the G Gundam next. Like it's the staple for every Gundam players. For knowing the Wing series and also the G Gundam series. Especially the G Gundam. Oh my god, that is gonna be so epic. When was the last time Dislyte did RTA? I don't know. I think it's been 6 months, I think. We never got RTA anymore. I don't need to wait 9 months to play RTA. Yeah, exactly. I really like how the Gundam game balance the PvP with tag. Yes, exactly. They really think that through. It's really great. The meta gonna always change, but it's not happening to me because I choose the perfect tag. As always, my analysis is on point. I knew which unit is good from the start, so I've already invested on that unit. I'm a big fan of the Wing series. Nice, yeah. So everybody is waiting for the Endless Waltz to come out, especially the Wing Gundam custom, Endless Waltz. So it's gonna be epic. When he really comes out, it's gonna be epic. And also with the Tolgis 3, oh my god. And then who is that? The upgrade of the Epion. I forgot the name. Yeah. But anyway, it's gonna be really fun. So let's just continue with this. This is gonna be my last Dislyte live stream. So, yeah, we've already seen this. Now we're gonna try if he actually gains AP if the enemy is doing counterattack. So let's go to the Chaos Realm. The fuck? I'm still downloading that. So yeah, let's just check the Tetsuya again. What are we missing? This one is standard, and then this one is, yeah, we want to try this out. This one we already know what's gonna happen. The only thing that we need to see is whether he actually attacks the boss. So let's go to the Dark Star Lord. Can I see the Dark Star Lord? The fuck? Yeah, I still need to download this. Okay. Yeah, while waiting, let's check him again. Anything else we need to see? Like, he's very straightforward. He only deals damage and stealth. That's it. So that one we need to test. And then this one, increase damage to the boss. It's gonna deal insane amount of damage. If the enemy is not buff, ignores defense. We already know how it works. Killing an enemy extends Umbras by 2/3. This one, yeah, we already know about this. Yep. So yeah, that's all. But we just need that to download, and that's it. We're gonna be able to test it. So while waiting for that, let's just talk. Yeah, this game has so much potential. Yeah, too bad. Like, they listen too much to the player, so now they cannot take back what they already decide. So that's why I hate Daddy F2P so much, and all the bad thing about the Dislyte is the fan base. The fan base asks too much. They complain too much. Like, if you compare to the SD Gundam G generation, you see, like, the player doesn't complain as much as Dislyte. You see the content creator, if they don't like something, they just basically don't make a content out of it. They don't gaslight other players into protesting against the developer. Like, I've seen a YouTube channel. Like, he was so proud to win a season 0. I think his name is Eryuken. Yeah, he is Eryuken. He was so proud on winning season 0 Master League because he was actually going through all the meta players and re-rolling on the strike freedom, spending everything trying to get Lacus, trying to get strike freedom, blah blah blah, and everything, because he thought, just like as like every other players out there nowadays, they focus too much on the tier list and the meta team. So he went all out with the strike freedom, and he was so proud on winning the Master League Season 0, where I actually make a content out of that. Like, I win the Master League Season 0 without any of those meta units, I basically used the Psychomu back then, like, very, very niche. Nobody else used that. And on the Season 1, when he realized that the tech changed, and he can no longer use the strike freedom, he went silent. He didn't put anything. He just silent, because he cannot win anymore from there. He managed to reach 150,000, but he's not like me, who managed to reach a 200,000 point as a free to play, because I don't follow the meta, So yeah, that's what I like about the fan base of the Gundam. They don't complain. They just stop saying anything, But in this slide, they just complain too much. If they don't like something, they just bring everyone together. Oh my god, this is bad. Why did the developer do this? Blah 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 blah, and make a video about that. And I've already mentioned this in some of my live stream, right? Like, for people, if you are a YouTuber and you make that kind of content, people who are actually neutral at that point, okay, this is a bad update. Like, it doesn't give me any advantage. It is disadvantageous to me. But he's not doing anything. But because he saw that YouTubers are gathering people who actually feel the same, blah blah blah, and show their speak their mind, and he was thinking, oh yeah, that's actually happened. Like, this is very, very disadvantageous for me. I should complain. I should sue Dislyte, blah blah blah. So the neutrality is gone, So they are actually gaslighted everybody to actually make Dislyte to change their mind. But that is bad, because the player doesn't know what is good for the game. They only want what they want, While the game is supposed to be a balance of giving money to the developer while giving fun to the player. So just like in Gundam, the power creep is really, really obvious, but because they already put it from the start, nobody complained. Like, imagine in this slide, if they put the same system like the SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, put the power creep, make all the new Esper become like obviously overpowered, making them wreck so much money because people need to keep on pulling gacha of the new unit. You can already imagine the fan base of this like gonna complain, they're gonna all quit. But look at that, in the Gundam, they don't quit. they still play. Why? Because the developer already do that from the start. They don't care about the players, you know. They need money to give a good content to the player. So they obviously ask you to spend money on the game. Yeah, but it is good, you know. They that way they can make good content. You know, you see the animation, you see the unit, you see the gameplay, the stages, you know, and everything. It's good content because they have the money. They also give you rewards, showing you in the notice that okay, this is we are a top a spender. Like what was it said? Like the top purchase month in the Google Play or something along that line. You know, like people spending as a lot of money on the game and they reward you for that. So that shows that they get money from that game, so they can return you back with a lot of content. You know. I only played Dislyte for collection only. Yeah, I also actually started playing Dislyte because I like the gods in this game. You know, they put the gods into, like, you know, a very futuristic character, which is great. It's a refreshing view, but because they already went through the anthropomorphic, I think that's the word. Like, you know, all the furries, because they went with the animal god, then all the furries came to play this game. So if they want to cater to most of the player base, they need to satisfy all the furries. So they make more and more and more furries, and they just dig deeper and deeper. They don't complain in Gigano because the game is doing something right. People don't read, they just follow meta. They need to know a bit of units and mechanics of this. Like the changes in this like will be too much to balance it. Yeah. That's why I said it's already too late for this like to change anything. Like, you know, if they change something, the player base are not as kind as the Gundam Eternal. So yeah, this is already going into their doom. Too bad. And also the thing that I mentioned in my I think 2 months ago in the live stream, when they decided to make Javid like a special Esper, I think what was that system? They wanted to come out with Javid being like an upgraded Esper, and everybody was against that, and they scrapped their idea. I was the only one who supported Dislyte back then. Because I knew if they make Javid into that kind of system, it's the power creep. It's what they actually need right now. The developer really need that. You know, make a power creep. Make the newer unit obviously so strong that everybody need him. So that everybody starts spending again. The game keep going. They get the money to make a newer content, a better content for the player again. But the player complained too much. And they ended up listening to the player, and they scrapped that idea, and now nothing changes. Back to the monotone life of Dislyte, you know. All the new units are basically the same. They can never beat the current meta, and yeah, nothing really new in this game, because they also just struggle. The developers struggle to just survive day to day basis. And we also have a new unit coming up here. This is a Fox unit. So yeah, they're already going to the furries you know, world. But I don't mind, actually, you know, I don't mind about furries, especially if the furry like looking good like this, you know, the design is good, you know, whether it's furries or not, it doesn't matter, you know. It's the gameplay, it's the way they handle things. That's why do not listen to your player base. Same thing with company, you know, my company. That's why, like, my company is going through hard times because we listen too much to the customer. I keep telling the CEO, do not listen to the customer. You know, your staff, the people, your employee, the people who are actually working in the company are the ones who understand the most what the company needs. So same thing with this. Like the developer knows better than the player. You know, just like Gundam. We don't ask for the map event. We don't ask for the tower event. They just do that. You see. And we also don't ask for the Master League. The PvP only comes once a month. Nobody complain. You know. Even if they say, "Oh, I want the PvP to be like I've seen some of my viewer put a comment in my video saying that why they don't make the PvP a recurring thing, a way to farm diamond, etc., etc." And I'm glad the Gundam doesn't listen to them. You know, if you put a way for the player to farm diamond, to grind for diamonds, that means that they gonna reduce their income. Because it makes the game more accessible for free-to-play players, which is gonna make the pay-to-win also not gonna spend so much because they can clear the game without even spending any money. All in all, it's always a good thing if a game is a pay-to-win. Yeah. Everything is on repeat, but I just think that devs need to do something with the story. It feels too short and maybe too same and ends with cliffhanger. yeah. I wish they make that kind of story again, like Leora and Elaine, you know. A long story and then the movie and everything. Like the Leora story was insanely good. They went all out with Leora and Elaine. But yeah. We no longer have that thing, you know, the story where people are walking around the map too. Yeah, that one is actually quite fun, you know, just walking around the map. It was actually quite fun instead of just reading a novel right now and a short novel some more. Back then they make multiple choices, like the storyline can go to a different story if you make different choices, but now it's just a straight line. The story is just a straight line. Like this shark guy can be tagged underwater gang. Another water-based expert can be on the tag. I thought Dislyte already have a tag system in place. Check the unit journal, you will see some experts group together. Yeah. They should have made something about that, you know, the grouping system. Like in this one, right? They already have the tag in here. Look at this. Where is it? This one. See? No, not this one. This one. See? Prose Edda, Binoan Disc, Chematic Stone, Dragon Annals. Yeah, there's even Annals in here. Two Rivers, Rising Sun, Asadal, Toltec. What are they doing with this? Why are they grouping them up if they don't do anything with it? Yeah. If we actually learn from the Gundam, you know, if you put the same unit together of the same type, they should get a buff, you know. Increase their stat or something if you use the same unit from the same category here in mythology here. You know, that kind of thing already changed the balance of the game. And it makes the game interesting, you know, so that you need to put teams and teams together, etc. But it doesn't solve their problem. Leora's story was big. Yes, Leora's story was big. They need to add some co-op, like content forces people to play together, like seasonal bosses. Yeah. But again, it's like egg or chicken problem, you know. To make content, they need money. To get money, they need to make content. So it's already they are already doomed. Because they listen to the player, they cannot make a content that can actually generate their money. So that's already a problem, you know. So yeah, it's okay. I'm also doing this live stream just to see whether I still need to make a Dislyte content or not. Because if you go to my channel, actually, like, you can see the viewer of my Gundam content and the viewer of my Dislyte content is like heaven and hell. So yeah. Well, anyway, it's been fun. It's been fun, like a 3 years journey. Fun. Been playing Dislyte for 3 years, and yeah, I think it's time that we kind of like find something else. But should be fine. Like this just like Vanero said, you know, just collect the characters, just collect the gods, and that's it. If you still want to play this game, like this has become a chore, just do dailies every day. I'm also, I don't know, if I have the time, I'll probably just gonna sneak in, do some dailies, and continue on. Because last time when I actually quit Dislyte last year, and I decided to come back to Dislyte, uh, there are not many. I didn't do any dailies at all, so I missed a lot of units. Not units, a lot of espers, you know. But I don't know if I do want to continue from now on. Yeah, if I do think that I'm gonna come back here again in the future, then I need to still do the dailies so that not to get fallen behind. There are so many useless content that just too grindy. Yeah, they can get money from their other game. I think it was AFK Journey. RC is same company Lilith, right? But the game is falling slowly from what I've heard. Wow. No. If you think about them as you know, getting money from other game, they should have a lot of money. But I think they make it a different division. So they have the Rise of Kingdoms. I've played that game. It's a Lilith game, Rise of Kingdom. That game is a money. What's the word? Like not a money pit. Like it's a money mountain, or like what's the word? I forgot. Like the place where you can get insane amount of money. That game, Rise of Kingdom. Why? Imagine, it's a total war game where you fight a war in real time using soldiers and actually hundreds and millions of soldiers fighting around. And those soldiers, if they die, it's gone. And to build them again, you can use time, wait until you train your soldiers back, which can take months, or you can pay money. So it's a game, it's a paradise for pay to win players. You know, I've seen a lot of pay to win players spend like, oh my god, insane amount of money there. I can already buy houses in real life using those amount of money, you know. So if you think about Lilith game as a company, they should make a ton of money from Rise of Kingdom, but I don't think they share it with Dislyte because it's a different division. Money sink, yeah, it's a money sink, crazy. So I don't think they share it with the Dislyte. So they think about it as, oh, Dislyte doesn't generate me money, so they are not gonna focus on the Dislyte. It's just you do you like that. They gotta focus on the Rise of Kingdom. Oh my god, that game is insane. Just imagine, every single soldier is money, and the way you play that game is you fight other players using your soldiers, millions of soldiers. Every time they die, it's a money. It's money. Those are money. Oh my gosh. And the war is also insane. Like, I played that game. It's really, really fun, you know. If you want to try Rise of Kingdom, try it a little bit. But I warned you from now on. It's very addictive once you get into it. If you try spending money and nothing controls you, be very, very careful. It's a money sink, you know. Once you get into it, oh my god, you will get you know, crazy into spending the money because you want to win. And also, like, here's the thing, you have your kingdom, other players can attack your kingdom. Like, imagine I have a game where I have a soldiers here, I'm building my soldiers. Other players in real time can attack my kingdom anytime while I'm offline, and if I lose, when they attack me, I lose my soldiers, you know. So that means that I need to be online 24/7. Every single minute counts in that game. Oh my god, I played that game like 8 years ago, I think. Yeah, it was 2000. 2017 when I played that game. 2017 to 2019, I think. It was 2 years I played, or one or 2 years I played Rise of Kingdom. Oh my god. I need to be always vigilant about where I put my kingdom. I need to always get ready to be attacked any time, every day. When you go to some risky and save a premium game you pay and you have the whole game. Like aside from bug fixing, they can just move on. Some gacha companies are starting to make such game nowadays. Yeah. But if you're talking about Lilith as a company, then yeah, if they want to make money first to make content for their other games, then they can do that. But I think they separate their games into division, you know. So if Dislyte is making money, it's only for Dislyte. If Rise of Kingdom making money, it's only for Rise of Kingdom. Okay, so they are doing that. Lilith games are doing that. Because I can already see, like, the Rise of Kingdom keeps rising, but the Dislyte keeps falling. Yeah. So if it doesn't make money, it's no use giving them more money, you know. So yeah. So let's see. We are still downloading. Let me see. Can I go inside already by now? Let's see. Oh yeah, I can. Let's go. Let's try attacking this Dark Star Lord. See if I can actually. Wait. I'm gonna use a lot of healer so that I don't die. Let's put the shard into here. Yep. In the Dark Star Lord. It's level 1 actually. But let me just try. Let me just practice. See if he actually attacks the boss instead of the minion. And he died. Oh no, he actually blocked that. Yeah, he get less. Really? He really attacked the minion. Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah. Tetsuya cannot go into a Dark Star Lord stage, you know. He will just keep attacking the minion instead of the boss. I don't know if it's a good thing or not, because you still count the total damage. You know, it still counts towards your total damage, but that means that you need to put debuff on the minion too, so that you can deal as much damage as if you hit the boss again. Like usually you will just care about the boss's buff and debuff, you know, put defense down, put the seer on the boss, and then you deal high damage on the boss. You don't really care about the minion, because when the minion dies, you need to reapply the defense down and seer. So it's really bad for your DPS if you just keep attacking the minion. So yeah, if you actually try to use Tetsuya on the Dark Star Lord, you need to keep refreshing the defense down and the seer on the minion. Otherwise, Tetsuya cannot hit the boss. He will just keep attacking the minion. So we've already seen that, okay? Oh my god. So now we're gonna go to the Chaos Realm. This one. And then we gotta go to the mirror image fight. Here goes. Now we gonna see if he actually attack Momo. Let's see, okay? I'm gonna try using Ana and Momo. Or this Ana and Momo. There we go. And Momo. And then Clara. And then Lian. Okay. Now this guy, I'm gonna change the set into the Relief and Avatar, so I can see if he actually also attack outside of his turns. Whether the enemy Tetsuya attacking outside of his turn counts as gaining 30% AP or not. Yep. So yeah. He's gonna be in front of Tetsuya again. So Tetsuya gonna fight against Tetsuya too. Yeah, look at that. So doing this, getting AP up. Okay. Then Ana attack the Ana.
This world shall not be swallowed by dark.
I don't know who Tetsuya gonna attack if the enemy Tetsuya is on stealth. So let me see. Okay, shield. Okay, Tetsuya. Okay, I'm gonna try hitting Clara. Let's see who he attack. Because that's in theory he should attack Tetsuya, but Tetsuya is in stealth. So who he gonna attack? He should be attacking Momo. Kablam. Wait, what? He can attack Tetsuya in stealth? You can target a stealth enemy. Is it? Let me attack the Momo then. Oh, he got AP. He got AP. Yes. He got AP. So if the enemy actually use Avatar counter attack, then he get AP. Was it counter attack just now, or it's actually the Tetsuya turn? Let me try again. Let's make sure. Okay, Tetsuya attack. Let me attack the Lian. He gonna hit the Tetsuya. See if it triggers his Avatar. Yeah, he's actually moving. He has the same speed as our Tetsuya. Okay, let's see. Hitting Tetsuya will give him AP. Yes, he's moving. And he killed us. Let me leave. Let's retry. I want to see if I can actually target Tetsuya in Umbrage. I cannot target Tetsuya in Umbrage. I cannot target him. Look at this. I cannot target him. So only Tetsuya can target a stealth enemy. Oh, this is great. That means that if I want to counter Iki, like enemy in stealth, I should put Tetsuya in front of that stealth unit. Yeah. That will be great. Yeah. Like for example, there is Intisar in here. I'm gonna put Tetsuya in front of that Intisar, so that Tetsuya gonna keep attacking the stealth enemy. Oh my god, I can kill Iki with this. I can kill Iki, I can kill Intisar, I can kill untargetable enemies with Tetsuya. Because Tetsuya will prioritize killing that enemy, whether you can target him or not. Wow. So let me try. Kablam! Look at that. He gets AP and then he moves. But I need to trigger his Avatar. Let's go. If he moves by Avatar, will it give our Tetsuya AP or not? Let's see. Okay, this one. Kablam. He doesn't trigger Avatar. Okay, Tetsuya again. Does it trigger his Avatar? No. Tetsuya again. Trigger Avatar, please. Tetsuya again. It triggers his AP. It triggers our AP. Hey, wait. Oh, Wait, did he trigger our he triggered our Avatar just now, right? Did he get AP? And we can move again. Where's the Avatar? Oh, there we go. Relief. Oh, it gives him AP. Yeah. So if the enemy take action, he will also get AP. Oh my god, that is insane. That means that if I put him in front of Momo, he will keep getting AP. Wow, this is insane. Yeah, look at that. The enemy, Tetsuya gets AP while when our Tetsuya got relief, got triggered. Oh my gosh, now we know. So, the most important information now that you get from this testing is that Tetsuya will aim on the stealth enemy if they are in front of him, in the same position as him. So you can actually aim for a stealth enemy now. And also, if you put him in front of someone like Ana or Momo, every time they take action, whether it is in their active turn or not, whether it's counter attack or pursuit, he gonna get AP. So he will keep on attacking if he is in front of the Momo. And he will just keep killing that Momo. Oh my gosh. That is insane. Yeah. So, I guess that's it for tonight's stream, guys. So yeah, that's all the testing we can do tonight. And thanks for watching. And this is gonna be my last Dislyte content. So thanks for joining me, guys, for all this time. I'm gonna go to a different game as the Gundam G Generation Eternal. So hopefully we can meet in another game again. Yeah. So thanks for everything, guys. I'm gonna go towards another game now. Yeah. I'm gonna put it on the title, I guess. My last stream of Dislyte. Yeah. So goodbye, everyone. Thanks for sticking with me. Bye-bye.